So good morning, it's our final day in Meursault, just popping off to the boulangerie to get our bread and pain au chocolat for the last time. Safe to say that we've had a fabulous time here. We'll be sad to go. So there we go, all stocked up with our final bread and pain au chocolat for the trip. Looks like there's a brocante setting up in the centre of town, so hopefully Claire finds out about that. She'll want to be down to have a little rummage. This is what I love about coming to France, just the feel of enjoying being in real France and experiencing the culture. So our final morning here, enjoying breakfast in the beautiful sunshine at the campsite, checking our route back. I want to try and avoid two places on the way back. One is going too close to the centre of Paris because all of the route planning software will take you basically up into the inner peripheric motorway in Paris and then out, which is the shortest route and in principle the quickest route, but see, traffic can always be very busy there, so I'm going to try and avoid that. And the other one we try and avoid some, if we can, is Rouen, because Rouen's a low emission zone, but peculiarly it's a motorway that effectively goes directly through the town or the city centre, so again can be just be a little bit busy. So we'll see how we get on with planning our route to do that. Total journey time, it should be around about 5.5–6 hours driving, so with a stop or two on the way, and it's just over 500 kilometres from here to Diep. But our ferry is not until midnight tonight, so we've got plenty of time to make the trip and have a couple of stops on the way. But next job is to get everything organised and packed up into the van. So we'll get all that done and hopefully we'll be set up and good to leave here in around about an hour and a half's time. Okay, so Sunday morning, we've just patched up the tent and we've now got a 500 kilometre, probably 6-hour drive up to Diep to catch the ferry this evening. So we'll do that in probably 3 stints, and we're going to try and avoid Paris, central Paris, on our way. And fingers crossed the traffic will be okay. But we've had a great time here, and the next step of our trip back starts now. So much easier with the tank. So I've driven around about 120 miles, so I guess around about 200 kilometres, just over 2 hours. Stopped for some lunch in one of the more basic of the airs that you can find on the side of the autoroutes. This one's lovely. It's got a nice little wooded area. No cafe or anywhere to buy a coffee or anywhere, but if you've got your lunch and everything with you, then there's picnic tables available. It's a nice shaded space, and we'll stop here for 20 minutes, half an hour or so, just to stretch our legs and grab our lunch before part 2 of what I think is going to be a 3-stage trip up to Diep. Let's go and eat our lunch. Could be our last, or will be our last, baguette and saucisson lunch stop, but we've got plenty of snacks to keep us going for the rest of the day. So a nice lunch had at the Air de la Roche. On to our next part of our trip. So we've got 300 kilometres to go to Diep. Our route is going to take us up to the edge of Paris and around the Boulevard Périphérique, inner Boulevard Périphérique, but as it's a Sunday, hopefully the traffic won't be too busy. And we should, all being well, if we have another quick stop en route, be in Diep for around about 6 o'clock this evening. So we're now negotiating the suburbs of Paris. Traffic has got noticeably busier. You can tell we're getting close because you've got banzai manoeuvres by old Peugeots and motorcyclists. And my top tip, if you're ever doing this trip, is to have somebody next to you with a map as well as the navigation, because as a driver you're concentrating so much on avoiding people because they're zigzagging in and out so much. It's very easy to miss an instruction from the sat-nav. So Claire's doing a great job of just prompting me to stay in the right direction as we negotiate our way around Paris. You won't be able to see from this camera shot, but this tunnel that we're going through now is probably about 2.5 meters high. So there's various height warnings as you come through, but even then you still want to duck as we're going under. Feels like we can reach our hand out the window and touch the ceiling. It takes us under, looking at the sat-nav, a big park on the edge of Versailles. Last time we came back a similar route to this, we don't think that this tunnel was here. So we negotiated Paris and the Boulevard Périphérique, the tunnel under the Versailles. We're now just going over the river, the big bridge in Rouen. Now we've got about 40 miles until we get to Diep. And then it'll be time for our tea.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt.
So we've arrived in Diep. We found ourselves a camping car park-up, which is right next to the harbour, and we're quite early, which was part of the plan. Our sailing isn't till 11 o'clock. 6 o'clock now. We need to be at the check-in for 9 o'clock. So we're just going to stretch our legs, cook up some of our sausages that we bought, our chipolatas, and have a nice tea before we disembark on the ferry in a while. So this is a designated camping car Air, and to give it improved security and such like, you have to pay to use it. So for the time we're going to be here, it's going to cost us about €5, which might sound excessive, but it's secure, it's got plenty of space, we're in amongst other camping cars. So if we were parked up in a car park or one of the cliff-top car parks which we had a look at, we wouldn't be cooking our dinner outside of somebody's front door, which made us feel a little bit uncomfortable, so decided that this was probably a better option. Anyway, enough of the chatter, time to cook some sausages. So whilst we were moored up next to the harbour, we expected that maybe we'd see our ferry, maybe we'd see a fishing boat. Not quite sure we expected to see this. That was the ORP Slazak, which was a vessel of the Polish Army apparently, or Polish Navy. Maybe they came to Diep for a day trip.
They probably came to refuel.
Do you think they had sausages on their barbecue as well?
No.
No. No, nor do I.
But they didn't have baked beans.
They do have baked beans on their ship. Dad, there's police officers at guns.
So we arrived in good time at Diep and just about to board the ferry. Border control and ticket process was quick and easy. We've had about an hour's wait just the other side whilst we wait to board the ferry, and been treated to a firework display on the dockside, which was pretty cool. Weather's calm, so hopefully we'll have a nice calm crossing across, and then we'll be on our way back home, hopefully by around 6 o'clock this morning. So that's where our park up was, just over there. And there we go. Another successful trip across the channel. Just pulling into New Haven now, if that's the right word when you're on a ferry. And then we've got about an hour, hour and a half until we get home. So after a fantastic trip away, visiting our 3 campsites in France, driving approaching 1,700 miles and arriving back in one piece, we just need to unload this lot and then start planning our next adventure. If you've enjoyed following us on this trip, please remember to hit the button to like and subscribe, and you can follow us on our next adventures very, very soon. And remember, there'll be plenty more videos about living with our camper van, the trips we've been on, the tips that we've got to share on our channel very, very soon. Thanks for watching.